It started like any other day. Rowley and I were busy playing our favorite video game, Garfield Kart, before this whole incident. I know this journal will become famous if we all survive this, so I'll try to catch you up to speed before I tell you about the trouble we're all in now. So, as I was saying, it was a perfectly normal day. After school, I went over to Rowley's house to play video games with him. We played the whole day, but Rowley's parents never came home from work. This never happens. Since it was getting late, I decided to head back home while Rowley waited for his parents. On the way back, Fregly saw me and asked me if he wanted to see. On the way back, Fregly saw me and asked me if I wanted to see his little buddy. He was also shaking while he said this, but it is cold out, so he was probably shivering from it. Want to see my little buddy? No thanks. After that weird Fregly encounter, I started to walk back home. When I arrived back home, the house was unusually quiet. I walked in the kitchen and saw a note on the refrigerator. It said, "Went to go get groceries, be home soon, Mom." I have no clue why my family would still be getting groceries this late at night, but I don't really care. I went to my room to play some video games, but before I could get upstairs, the doorbell rang. When I opened the door, Fregly was there. "Hello, friend." Before Fregly could do anything, I shut the door on him. Usually that makes him go away, but this time he kept staring at me through the window. This was some weird stuff for even Fregly to do. I started to step away from the window, but then Rowley called me, and he sounded worried. Rowley said that Fregly was all over the news for an emergency alert from the government. He then told me everything that the alert said. Don't go outside, don't get caught in the dark, and don't interact with anybody that looks like Fregly. I asked him what he meant by anyone that looks like Fregly, because Fregly was still outside my window staring at me. Rowley started to respond, but my phone service went out in the middle of his sentence. I backed away from Fregly and tried to turn on the TV to see the alert, but all I got was a static. When I backed away from the door, Fregly went completely crazy. I ran as fast as I could to the upstairs bathroom, and I hid in the laundry basket. I heard Fregly clawing at the window, and I wondered if it would hold long. After some consideration, I realized I would be dead if Fregly got a hold of me in the laundry basket. I decided to go to my room, lock the door, and pray. I heard the sound of glass breaking downstairs, followed by a blood-retching scream. From the confines of my room, I heard Fregly crawl up the stairs. I then heard a wet thud, and I realized it was Fregly, body slamming himself into the door. I have to be honest, that sound was scary. The door started to break, and cracks were starting to form. A minute later, the door broke down. The Fregly started to run towards me, but before it could reach me, I heard a loud bang and saw bullet holes covered Fregly. I woke up in my bed, and I hoped that what had happened was a bad dream. When my eyes started to clear, I saw my brother Roger watching over me. After I had composed myself, he said, "You sure got lucky back there, Greg." I nodded and then asked him where our family was. He said it was complicated and that he couldn't explain. I never thought I'd say this, but I think Roderick saved my life back there. Roderick told me that when the Fregly started to attack, he called his friends and told them that this was the day they were waiting for. Using their zombie first-person shooter skills, most of them established safe zones for the community. However, Roderick's group wasn't able to save people in the corners of town. This included the grocery store Dad, Mom, and Manny were at, and Rowley. I said we had to go save them, and Roderick said he agreed. After quickly devising a plan to save Rowley, Roderick and I packed up what we needed to save him. After everything was packed, we heard a high-pitched screech come from within the house. Roderick told me to be quiet because it was one of the Freglys coming to get us. "I can smell you, Gregory," A few seconds after we heard the Fregley, there was a loud bang. Roderick told me that he had set up booby traps in the house while I was resting. Thank God for that. We should probably go finish off the Fregley, but we have a tight schedule to uphold if we want to save Rowley before dark. Roderick is still an awful driver, even in an apocalypse. He also insists on playing loaded diaper because it scares the Fregleys. We're almost at our destination, Rowley's house. When we got to Rowley's house, we were greeted by the most unpleasant surprise ever. A giant mutated Fregley Mr. Jefferson stood guard in front of Rowley's house. There was no way we could defeat this thing, but we got ready for battle anyways. Before the giant monster approached, Roderick told me to go save Rowley while he defended me from Mr. Jefferson. I told him he was crazy. He then proceeded to run towards Mr. Jefferson. I guess I should go save Rowley before Roderick is dead meat. When I jumped through Rowley's window, I saw him napping on his couch. Around his couch was a pile of severed Fregley heads. I shook him softly and he shot up and pulled out his knife. "Get away, you monster," he half muttered under his breath. He immediately calmed down when he saw me. He sure did look drained of energy though. Those Fregleys must have tired him out. I guess the Fregleys said, "Zooey mama." Shut up, Greg, I'm too tired for this. Rowley and I went outside and saw the corpse of Mr. Jefferson laying on the ground. Roger told me he was happy to see me and Rowley safe. While he said all this, I noticed a small mark on his arm. Before I could ask him about it, Roger said that we're going on a road trip to his buddy Bill Walter's outpost.